Hi, everyone. Happy holidays. Happy Christmas, solstice, Yule, New Year's, everything all rolled up into one. This is the last show on Beyond Mystic of the year of 2025. I'm so excited to be here with you. And look, you get ASHALA Sans glasses. I came on with my glasses and looked at the comments, and I don't know if my vision is somehow miraculously improving. There's magic in the air, but it was actually easier for me to read them without my glasses on. So, woohoo! Maybe I'm having spontaneous vision correction and getting my eyes opened. So, blessings, happy holiday blessings and seasons greetings to all of you in all parts of the world. It's so exciting to see you joining me here today. Woo! I feel the buzz in the air. And I know for many of us, this is the dark time of year. This is, the closing of the year of 2025, and the days are short, the nights are long. It can feel a little sad and isolating. We are part of a community of truthers that have been living on the periphery, some of us for a really, really long time. And so this season brings up a lot of emotion, but I want us to share in good energy here at the closing of the year for this final show. I want us to really hold each other in solidarity and in light, but also in the peace of the darkness, the still time, the release. Just relax. Everybody take a big deep breath and just let go. Let it go. Let it go. There's going to be a lot of finalizing and letting go over these next few weeks. And I'm going to be covering in this forecast 3 weeks. So it's going to be from today all the way until January 10th. So this is a 3-week forecast that's covering winter solstice or summer solstice, depending on where you are, which is tomorrow. And then, of course, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Yule, the 12 days of Christmas, Advent, all the different things, Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate at this time of year, and taking us into the Gregorian New Year. Then we have, I believe it's on the 3rd of January, a full moon in Cancer. So a lot to open our hearts to. And yeah, I see the hugs to all. Thank you, Leo. Let's share that beautiful energy. So for those of you that might be here for the first time, this is what we're doing. Normally, this is the Psychic Tarot Weekly Show with ASHALA every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. This week, as I said, we're going to be away on holiday. Just let me bring up the schedule here. There we go. December 21st. No shows tomorrow. So this is the final show of this year. And just to let you see, here's our Beyond Mystic holiday break starting technically Monday and going until January 4th. So we'll be back with regular programming on Monday, January 5th. Okay. Also, I guess I better just speak a little bit about, I didn't even bring my consultations up. Okay, well, we'll leave that till later. Let's jump in right away and see what is in store for all of us in this upcoming 3-week period. I've got my crystal over my cards, and they're set on this beautiful selenite disc. So they've been clearing and charging, and going to quickly do a practice that I call reordering the universe, which is basically a type of shuffling, but it also just lets me and you and everyone else See all the different cards here. See all the different energies. Sometimes I count them just to make sure I'm playing with a full deck. And it's just a very random, rapid process that I do. And I find it does an extra bit of clearing. And this is a great metaphor for where we're at right now. The end of 2025, the end of coming almost to the end of the year of the wood snake. And we've talked all year about this being a time of, shedding skins, releasing the old, shaking off the old. Like, we're not just talking about, oh yeah, this is a seasonal shakedown, or, this is a, maybe annual or once every decade kind of shakedown. This is not only a once in a lifetime shakedown and release and shed the old. This is a once in humanity's evolutionary history shakedown. So if you're feeling, highly activated, charged, sensitive, emotional, overwhelmed, drained, there's no wonder. There's no wonder that you feel that way. I mean, yeah, this has never happened before, what we're doing right now. Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. Good evening, afternoon. It's still early afternoon where I am. It's just 1:00. Good evening from Sweden. Hello from Maine, Denmark. Oh, you must have been listening to my winter solstice playlist. I have so many songs from your part of the world on it. Hugs to all. Thanks, Leo, for that. Aw. Hi from Atlanta. Hi, early morn. Oh, yep. So, as I was saying, we're preparing to close down the old. And there's a grief that comes with that. I was just writing an article on it. And the grief being that even children who've been abused still grieve the death of their parent because it's all they know. It's the only form of love they know. Even though we know this old system has to go, it's still very overwhelming for us and scary because we don't know exactly what's going to replace it. And change is challenging. Change is hard. It's hard on the ego. It's hard on, well, I want to say it's hard on the ego, somewhat hard on the nervous system. But the heart knows the change that is necessary. And I've noticed that even though going through the actual transformation process or that shedding of the skin is so scary and painful and overwhelming, there's I do feel better even immediately after. Like I feel stronger, clearer, my eyes work better. It does change me forever in an upgraded way. So notice that, everybody. This isn't a fast, we used to talk about the ascension, and I think people had this idea that we were just gonna kind of float on up. We're like, we can't be elevated like balloons ascending if we've got all this stuff weighing us down. So we got to cut the cords to a lot of those things. And that is a painful process. So there we go. Look at this. We're coming in with 10 of Swords, a kind of surrender. The story that goes with this card is that the person in the 9 of Swords has been up all night worrying, wondering, full of mental anxiety. The swords are the mental aspect of our lives, and 10s are completion. So finishing, finally surrendering. Yeah, this character is coming in, greeting the morning, and really this is about greeting the new year, the rise of the new dawn, the new era, they're exhausted. They've just collapsed on the beach and their back is I'm laughing because I call it the acupuncture card. I don't see it as being violent piercing. I see it as being health generating, like acupuncture, that is going to release everything that needs to be released, especially what we've been holding on in our concepts, in our minds, the ideas that, we feel as if we have to know the right answer, find the right solution today, have all the truth in our our narrative sorted and dialed so that we can not think about things anymore. But this is a lifelong journey, especially for those of us that have chosen to incarnate at this very powerful pivotal moment. So it feels like even the way we're taking in information has shifted, even in the last couple of weeks, certainly in the last few months. So let go and take this break from media. Let's just say from intake of news and information. I think we've all earned a break. We've all earned a surrender on some level. That doesn't mean defeat. That means pause, release, and allow for a little moment of emptiness so that divine inspiration can come in. Okay, now Taurus, not only Taurus people, but the energy of Taurus in our lives. So over the next 3 weeks, the energy of Taurus being, material. Taurus is about our money. It's about our material possessions. It's about what we're doing productively in the world and how safe we feel. Well, believe it or not, I get that people are going to have a bit of an inspiration to roll up their sleeves and get productive. We see this card whenever it comes up. I'm quite excited about it because, what did I say when I wrote my book on the tarot? I said, the Eight of Pentacles is while we're waiting for things to change, there's a lot of pentacles that can get polished into diamonds while we wait. And in the playing cards, so there's different belief systems. Some people believe that tarot derived or evolved from the playing cards. I personally believe it's the other way around, or that they evolved simultaneously. But the crossover card in the playing card deck is the Eight of Diamonds. And so pentacles are more like rough stones. Diamonds obviously are incredibly polished, dense, high value minerals. So there's something about taking some time to be productive with whatever you can kind of busy yourself with in these next 3 weeks, because there's always lots to be done. And it does feel a little better when we get some work done, when we feel productive and get some things knocked off the to-do list. Now, normally at this time of year, we want to just be on vacation. We want to be having a rest. We want to be kicking back and, feet up and watching Netflix or something. And this is kind of saying, in a way, maybe you'll feel better if you stay somewhat productive over this next 3 weeks. Maybe if you just go into supreme lounge mode, it could be hard to process the emotions that are rolling around. So let's keep going and see if there's value to that. Wow, holy. Okay, so we have a bit of a run here in terms of, look at that. We've got the Eight of Pentacles and right beside it, the Nine of Pentacles. So there's an obvious slide into something happening here. And this is the financial sovereign card. It's sovereign independence. It just means being able to stand on your own feet and feeling that you have agency to fulfill your needs and even some of your greater dreams. This is in Gemini, so ideas, the mind. We could be feeling like there's something with our finances, with our businesses, with our structures, where we're much closer to self-actualizing. Whether it be the metals are going to increase over these next 3 weeks even, and you could be seeing, 80-90% increase in gold and silver, or yeah, like something is going to feel like there's a flourish of abundance. And, we're going, okay, great. That is like a step in the right direction. And it feels like keeping things very practical. So whether it's moving precious metals around, cryptocurrencies around, being practical with your money, maybe even looking at different methods of storage with your finances, but this is a very positive direction towards sovereign financial independence. Wow. Amazing. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. Many of us are being invited to take some solo time over the holidays. This is the house of Cancer, which rules our home, our family, our traditions, and our relationships with our mothers, our mother figures, and if we're mothers, our relationship with our children. So this is the card of the loner, the hermit, the one that goes into seclusion, into isolation. So, it's the first major arcana card of this series, of this 3-week period. And again, what is required to really complete the end of this year of the wood snake, which basically ends at the end of January? It's the final bit of deep inner processing to release. I just can't say enough about this, everybody. And I know I've been watching, our beloved Meg and Pam Gregory and some of the other astrologers I follow, and they're saying the same thing. It's, again, not as super social and not even as social in your home. It doesn't mean there could be none of that, but it does mean that you want to prioritize having some retreating into the safety and the sanctuary, whatever that looks like for you, getting some time by yourself. Okay, let's keep going. So far, it looks like alone time, surrender, and being productive and thinking about what to do with your money. I mean, it doesn't exactly sound like a great raha, holiday celebration, but we're not finished yet. The next position is Leo. Leo is the party self, the one that wants to be extroverted and out having a great time. Now look at this. It's almost like delayed gratification is what I'm seeing here. It's like while you are having your inward solitude contemplation, you are really expanding into what kind of a world do you want to see? What kind of socializing? Where would you like to be? Have you ever done those practices where you say, where would I like to be a year from now? Where would I like to be 5 years from now? Where would I like to be 10 years from now? And people, I've heard that we often overestimate what we can do in 1 year and really grossly underestimate what we can do in a decade. I'm even getting a bit of a 40-year plan here. Like, really allow yourself to vision, take some time. We've gone through such a huge amount of stress over these last 5 years. The next 5 years, we can't carry all that stress with us because we're going to be like hitting the pavement running in February. Go, go, go. It's going to be new thing, new opportunity, new invitation, new systems, new finances, new ways of relating and evolving and growing businesses and so on. There's just going to be so much new energy. So we really want to let go, do that kind of internal house cleaning. And also, Leo is courage, Leo is extroversion. Where do you want to see your energy go? So it's quite a potent contemplative portal here. We've been talking about Three Eye Atlas. It's the closest it's going to be, ever been, and probably will ever be again. So this is a portal opportunity, a rare opportunity. And how do we take advantage of that? We, maybe defer just going out and distracting ourselves with our usual activities. And we go into like vision. We go into expanded vision. Seeing the world is our oyster. What do we want the next year, 5, 10, maybe even 40 to look like? Obviously, you don't have to write out your whole master plan, but you could get some sense of what that looks like. And there's really something also, I feel like, about seeing yourself gathering with other people in person. We're all a little fatigued with this online everything, right? It's like, I sure am. Even though I love it, I appreciate it. I'm so grateful for it. It has like changed my whole life, my career, my evolutionary path. It's brought me into contact with all of you incredible beings, and I'm so honored to have connected with many of you in different ways, doing readings, doing courses, and I intend to keep those relationships strong going forward into the next year, 5, 10, and so on. So, yeah, this is quite an important time. We've got the 2 major arcana cards there saying, use this portal to contemplate. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, solitude is the story of my life lately. And, right, so that is unfortunately the case for many, many, many of us. And I wonder and truly believe deep in my heart that we're being placed in this solitude, like almost like a spiritually enforced personal retreat, like an initiation or a rite of passage. Something is shifting inside of us. We're going to be coming out of this like the wise ones, the leaders, and we will find our way into collaborative co-creations, community, sharing in person in these next 4 years. There's going to be more and more and more of that, increasingly so. But it's not going to look the way it used to with our friends and our networks from the old version of reality. These new networks are going to be less about attachment and expectation. I mean, there's going to be incredible, I want to say not rules, but guidelines and ethics and, codes to follow. But it won't be that same energy of, black and white sort of, you're either with us or against us. It'll be so much more, I want to say, expansive and collaborative. So we're being sort of forced into that, because if you can't be good with your own company, if you can't be good with your own sovereign solidarity, look at that. Sovereign, 2 nines right side by side, sovereignty and solidarity with yourself. Any part of you that isn't good with that is gonna have a real hard time going through the next 4 years. And look, we've all got work to do in that area. I've been working on it for my whole life, certainly the last 40, and I've still got lots to let go and lots to heal. So it's never really complete. But if we can get a lot of this done, um, and you'll know what your soul is ready for because that's what'll be around you. You'll be like, things will be up, issues will be up, or challenges, or conflicts, or reflections that are uncomfortable, and you'll know what your work is. You won't have to go looking for it. It'll find you. It always does, right? So let it in. You know, it's kind of like yeah, a little bit of the boogeyman thing that you're scared of. Let it in, not forever, just for some healing, just for some clearing, and then send it on its merry way. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, good, good, good. Virgo. Oh my. My whole body just got a huge rush and tingle because very good placement for our Queen of Pentacles in Virgo. Virgo is about health, lifestyle, habits, practicalities, business, you know, like the little details in life, your health, your vitality, your well being, your energy. A lot to do with the habits, your lifestyle, how you look after yourself. The Queen of Pentacles is, I want to say, probably, I'm trying to think, I would kind of classify her above the King of Pentacles. She's the most well-versed, well, her and this Nine of Pentacles person, sovereign, are the two most well-versed in holistic care of themselves and their world. They're grounded, they're practical, they're healthy, they're generous, they're resourced, they know how to take time, they know how to care for themselves first. Like this, and your body, because it's the material, it's the physicality, is going to pull you into alignment. Trust your body over the next 3 weeks. It's going to say, nope, don't eat that, don't drink that, yes to that. I use my pendulum all the time now. I've grown to, you know, I don't want to say depend on it. I can operate without it, but I really appreciate it. And I've noticed even in the last week that my body is saying really obviously yeses and nos to things. Like I had a day last week where it was beautiful out. Well, sort of beautiful out, relatively. And I thought, well, I should go out for a walk because it's raining so many of the days. But then I was like, my body just was like, no, no. And within about half an hour, so it would have been when I was out on the walk, a big one of those weird kind of toxic fogs came in. And I was like, okay, my mind said, let's go. The path is clear and I want to get outside. It's sunny out. Let's go. And my body went, nope, nope. So the wisdom of our bodies is waking up because we've listened more than we used to. And it's going, wow, they're listening. Let's give them more guidance. Let's give them more subconscious kind of strong messages. And this isn't just like discipline and, you know, stern kind of taskmaster energy. This is like pleasure. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles loves the earthly realm. So this doesn't mean that you're cutting yourself off from any indulgence or, you know, not having any fun or going on any walks or it actually means that your body knows exactly what the right formula is and you're going to listen to that. Wow. Let me know in the comments if you've been feeling that a little more than usual lately. Yeah. Uh, as I scarf on a low vibe but delicious chili dog. Oh my gosh, Pamela, that is such a cute, disclosure to all of us. Here's our real disclosure, right? All of us telling, and I used to, it wasn't chili dogs, but I had a real thing for hot dogs. I don't know, about 6 or 7 years ago, I went through a phase, and there was a place that served them really great, not far from where I worked as an intuitive. And oh, yeah, I was like, I know this isn't good for me, but it just tastes so good. And eventually it stopped. I didn't want it anymore. And now I smell them and I'm like, ooh. Most of the time it's just like, nope, I think I got that out of my system. But there is the odd occasion, right? And she is very much like a Taurus energy, this Queen of Pentacles. And the Taurus energy does have that innate built-in sort of meter of, you know, what you want that is going to serve you, but also the greater good, because she's very, very generous. And this could also be the part of us that is going to tithe, that is going to give presents, not for any of the reasons we used to. Even that is shifting. It's just because we're celebrating our own abundance. We're actually not celebrating. Well, I mean, we technically are, but they're saying it's a lot more about you, the gift giving, than it is about the other person. So celebrate your ability to be abundant, and you lead by example. And obviously, the things that are made by hand, we all know this, but they do carry extra meaning, because it's not just that the sentiment is showing the person how much you care. This sentiment is showing the person how much you care about yourself. You are giving yourself the honor and dignity of still working with your hands in a time when this is becoming a rarity. So, yeah, give gifts to indicate to yourself where you are in your evolution with the material realm and generosity. And notice how different that feels. You're giving them as an expression of your sovereignty and your creativity. It's kind of cool. Okay, here we are in Libra. So far, so good, everybody. So far, so good. Other than that first card that we came into this 3-week period with, we came in like, ugh. I feel like, in a way, well, I'm not going to hold my breath because we haven't gone through the top of the wheel yet, but it could be that a lot of the worst is behind us, and we're going to get some of a preview of what this next year, 5, 10, 40 is going to look like. Spiritual warrior in Libra. Libra is about our agreements, our contracts, our relationships, legal things. So there's a real feeling here that the truth will set us free. Like, truth will rise to the surface right now, and lies will sink. So this is everything in the political arena, in our personal lives, in any sort of, legal battles or litigations, and relationship dynamics, business contracts, all of that. Spirit will sort it out. There's a real purification flame coming through here in the next 3 weeks that's going to just banish anything that is not in alignment. And that has to do with oaths, contracts, agreements, relationships. So almost like anything that is spiritually void because it was built on systems that are outside of natural law is going to start losing credibility. It's just going to go boom, they're just showing me like a air balloon that's just flopped over and like lost all its energy, right? The fire is not going to go with things that are out of spiritual alignment. It's going to go with things that are in spiritual alignment. So if you're in spiritual alignment, hold on to your hat, because this next few weeks, you're going to start to feel the buildup coming like heat turning on in your energy body. I can feel it he's even as I'm saying it. And it's going to move you very swiftly in a direction. And again, it's very interesting that I had 2 analogies of a hot air balloon in this reading. The first one was cutting the things so that we can float away from all that that's still holding us, grounding us. And the other one about, anything that doesn't have spiritual merit is not going to be getting the fire. It's going to feel this extinguishing happening. So we won't have to fight spirit, be it, I don't know, maybe something to do with Three Eye Atlas or all these big astronomical and astrological portals, but spirit is going to be doing a lot of that clearing for us. So your job is to cut away all those things that are, throw the sandbags out, cut the cords so that you can, whatever you're doing that has real spiritual merit is going to really fly quickly. And that's the fire horse. Look at that. It's literally, wands are the sign of the suit of fire, and there's the horse. The knight is the horseman. So the fire horse is coming. Yeah, we'll talk about that more in the new year as it gets closer to the actual turn, but you're going to feel it. You're going to get a feeling of it, especially to do with anything legal, contract binding, relational agreements that don't have integrity at the core are going to be kind of burned through. Take a breath, everybody. Oh my goodness. Yay, yay, yay. Happy dance, happy dance. Ace of Pentacles in Scorpio. Come on in, readers. Tell me what you get with that. What do you get with Ace of Pentacles in Scorpio? Aces, wholeness and new beginnings. Pentacles, the material. We're going to start to see a manifestation materially. This year, a lot of what you've been waiting for materially is going to suddenly come into manifestation. Scorpio, death and rebirth. Ace of Pentacles, rebirth, not death. So, and it represents often a year, like a calendar year. It also can represent that some of us will be changing our home base. We will be relocating. We're making some big decisions, possibly even relocating to a new part of the world within a year. So that's out there. And if you're not doing that, you could be looking at spending time in another location, more time in this next year. You could be looking at having like a, second home or home away from home or place that you spend more time somewhere else. There's going to be this energy of renewal that takes us out of our normal day-to-day, launch pad. So I don't get the need that everybody is required to uproot. But I do get the feeling that there's some gifts coming around new opportunities to live closer to your ideal, is what I'm being shown. And you're going to get a hint of that in the next 3 weeks. There's going to be a glimpse. You see how do you notice there at the bottom, there's that like gateway. Can you see that? You ever notice that? I sometimes say this is kind of like a ball on a pool table. You got to get it into the pocket there, right? It's like he's going to throw it and it's going to go right in that little pocket. But it's also, it's a window to the future. Small, but there's a path. There's a path leading to that. And you're being shown that path right now. A window to a new upgrade around, because the Ace of Pentacles often relates to something physical, like your home, your property, real estate. So a real estate upgrade. Interesting. Ooh, let's keep going. So, Sagittarius. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Yep. Look at this. We've got the world. We've seen this over the last 2 or 3 weeks that there's visions. Look at that. We've got the world and the world. Do you see it in his hand? Do you see the world in his hand? Yep. And that's in the house of Sag, which is travel, adventure, seeing the world, getting a bird's eye view, looking at life from a high vantage point, seeing other options. The world is going to feel small in the next 2 years. We're going to feel, and I don't know if that's new rapid transit, different ways of travel, our hot air balloons are going to be flying. I don't know. But it feels as though the world is going to feel like a smaller, more navigable place. And, it's so interesting to me that, deep state is doing their darndest to put in all these restrictions. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. How long was it like that? Oh, goodness. Did you mute? Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. Oh, dear. My apologies. It's this fancy mic, right? That is touch sensitive. If you touch it, which of course I'm in the habit of doing, I will be very careful. I can touch the base, but I can't touch the top or I mute it. So, yeah. So we were talking about, I think I asked people to weigh in on this Ace of Pentacles in Scorpio, which is the possibility of relocation, of having a home away from home, of being gifted some opportunity. And then we have the travel, we have this Two of Wands with the world. The world is your oyster. This character looking at all the possibilities over the next couple of years and seeing the possibility of travel. And also, like I was saying, new styles of travel and even relocation to a different part of the world or having a home away from home somewhere else, which you don't necessarily have to invest in financially. It could be somewhere that you have a dear friend or a relative that you go and spend time with regularly that's in a different part of the world. We don't have to fork out finances to have a second home. That's a lot about the relationships that we build and the places where people are happy to welcome us and we can exchange that. They can have a home away from home at our place. So there's going to be expansion in feeling like we have access to the world. As I was saying, all these systems of shutting down our travel, we're going to see a response to that coming that is going to say, oh yeah, while they're doing all that over here, come on over this way, we're going to do it totally differently. So I even get that there's going to be modes of travel over the next 2 years where we don't have to use passports and go through airports and all that garbage. Like, we're literally going to be, I don't know, rapid transit trains, or I don't know what it is, but there's new systems, and people will be the earth is gonna feel small in the next couple of years, and we will be navigating. So, I guess they heard my lament rant a couple of weeks ago, and the universe is going, "Yeah, we're on it. We're working on this." Something's and you're gonna hear something about this over the next 3 weeks, so let's stay tuned for that. Okay, a little page of swords up in Capricorn, which is our, life purpose. It's where we are disciplined to achieve the very best we can do in this lifetime, self-fulfilling prophecy, self-actualization. And, you know, we've had a lot of tear down up in that area. You've noticed, right? Over the last couple of years, I've noticed in personal readings, a few people have a big energy pulling them to their destiny up here, but a lot of people have had this part kind of closed off or minimized because we're going through all this change. It's kind of like they say, if you're meant to have a significant relationship, but you get into that relationship before you become the person you're meant to be to evolve together, it doesn't work because you haven't arrived at that place in yourself yet. And that's kind of what I get with where we are right now. We haven't quite arrived, many of us, to where we're in alignment with what is the ideal timeline or the ultimate destiny. We're close, but we're not quite aligned, a lot of us. So we're going to get some hints in the next 3 weeks. You're going to get some hints of a direction. You're going to see something you have never seen before. Oh, you're going to see through a kind of I talked about this little window into the future. You're going to see a little window of, oh, what I thought a couple of years ago might not be how it's going to go. It might look somewhat differently, or I might even have more of a role to play. So you're going to get a hint because the Page of Swords is delivering a message. And Capricorn is about, of course, we're in the season of Capricorn, literally starting, I think, today or tomorrow. We're going into where we're in the sun of Capricorn until the 20th of January. And so there is this, I love the view. Do you notice this, everybody? This person has a high view of the expanse below. This character is also up on a bit of a hill, and they're getting the view, even the bird's eye view. Do you see the birds up there? And then our hermit, even though he's in the dark, he's also up on the top of the mountain getting a view. So there's a real sense of getting a bigger perspective, a bird's eye view in the next 3 weeks. You're going to see things from a high vantage point in a way that you've never done before. And let's close the wheel down. Keep on going here. 9 of Wands. Okay. I'm being shown, I'm trying to think of the analogy. It's almost like they're showing me, you know, uh, people going through rough water on a boat or something, and it's like where we all have to sway together, but don't let the boat tip over. Like, lean together, lean the right way so that we don't tip over. Because this is the collective. This is Aquarius. It's our community, our networks, and everybody's tired. Everybody's just kind of like, I want to say, sitting on that boat seasick and going, oh my gosh, more rough waves. Okay, everybody lean this way. Like, just feel that metaphor with your friends and your loved ones. Don't feel like it's just you. look around and see the bedraggled. Everyone is just like, "Oh, I'm tired and I'm sick, and when do we get to be there and put our feet on solid ground," right? Well, I guess we're not gonna put our feet on solid ground, we're gonna get up into a hot air balloon next. So, this feeling of, we're in this together. We're alone together, and just stay in that energy with everybody. That flexible, you're not taking it on, like Tracy said, you're not making their problems yours. But you are also, kind of supporting them by leaning together in solidarity this way and that. Yeah, there's a commonality feeling here. There's something resonant, but it's also very at the kind of end of its rope. 9 of Wands is like at the end of your rope, and the 10 of Swords is at the end of your mental exhaustion, mental surrender. This is energetic at the end of your rope. The next one is the 10 of Wands, which is burnout. So we're all kind of courting burnout right now. Be gentle with each other, everybody. Lean together. Lean together. Okay, last one. Pisces. Ooh, yippee, yippee, yippee. Another ace. Yeah. Drum roll. This is really good news. Really good news. And why do I say that? Well, Pisces represents our deep subconscious, our hopes, our fears, and our subconscious self-sabotage and self-undoing. Not on this watch. We are actually beyond the self-sabotage. We are beyond the subconscious pulling the rug out from under us. Remember I said the worst is over in terms of being put through our paces. Remember I said that when I was over here? Well, I agree with that. I really agree with that. We have 1, 2, 3 nines here. 9 of Pentacles, the Hermit, which is a 9, and the 9 of Wands. Nines are synthesis, everything coming together, pulling it all together. Okay, so blessing, 3 of a kind is a blessing. We're being blessed that everything is finally coalescing and synthesizing. And then aces, 10s are completion. We're finished in the mind, trying to figure it out up here. We're trusting our body. We're trusting our energy. We're trusting spirit. We're staying grounded and productive. And look at this. Our subconscious is not going to be tricked. This is collectively, I mean, it's very much descriptive of our community in particular, but even on the whole stage, humanity, whether you observe it or not, be aware. This is a great awakening, great awakening. How long have I been doing these card readings online? 5 years. I'm pretty sure I haven't in 5 years seen the Magician in Pisces. Yep, I'm pretty sure that has not happened. So, wow. That is saying, the Magician is confidence. It is standing up, feeling empowered, clear, decisive, strong, connected to your magic, having all the tools at your disposal. You can't fake that. You can't fake confidence in the subconscious. It's just like the body. You can't fool the body and you can't fool your subconscious. But if your subconscious is ready to stand in the magic, look out. Good luck trying to control us from here on. Yeah, those days are done. Gone. So, a lot to feel good about, even though, yes, you're tired. Yes, you feel isolated and alone. Yes, this is a huge portal. Mhm. Last card. Oh. Yippee. Yippee. Okay. I'm gonna come on over and see your comments. Uh, oh. Be that ace. Okay, I'm just looking to see. I'm making sure that everybody can hear me now. Yes. Sorry, yeah, the sound went out at Sag, but it's back on now, so hopefully that's working. Um, yeah. So we've got Knight of Cups in the center here. Knight of Cups. So that's two knights. Two knights are well, two of a kind is mastery, and the knights are, I want to say, the warriors. You know, they're the ones that are on a mission. So the masterful mission is spiritual. It's a spiritual path. And like I said, the spiritual energy is going to clear things that are out of alignment. It's going to trump everything that isn't in alignment. And then the other masterful warrior energy is in the heart, open-hearted generosity, random acts of kindness. So there's a sweetness we could feel, you know, with all, especially with that guy coming in here, we could feel a bit like, I want to say just, yeah, exhausted and sick and tired. But there's a sweetness here. There's a sweetness. This is at the core. So, you know, the sweetness is returning, is what I'm hearing. The sweetness is returning. Mm. Aw, thanks. Okay. I mean, look at this, everybody. Other than that 10 of swords, which is what we came into this week with, which is, you know, kind of behind us already, especially if we can just surrender and let go. Surrender and let go. A lot of really good cards here. Mhm. All right. So I'm going to bring up some slides. Just check in with your comments. Yeah. Let's see here. How about this one? We'll share this. Ho, 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 holiday promo, 50% off, insider access pass. Use that code ho, ho, ho until January 4th. Another promo with Beyond Mystic, which is 50% off using code holidays, plural, 2025 to receive 50% off all the courses in the academy. I think that is us for the year of 2025, closing it down. I want to just pop over to your comments for a second. And do you want to leave us with some words of wisdom? Everybody jump on and just say some words of fare thee well, season's greetings, and I'll read some of them out loud so that we can hold that celebration, hold that solidarity in our hearts going through. Yeah, great new year to all, says Leo. Aw, thanks, RT Trucker. Great reading. Mistletoe. Aw, peace. Peace to everybody. Merry Christmas. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy and bright Yule. Thanks, everybody, for being my tribe. I'm going to start crying. Hang in there, folks. Yeah, abundance. Abundance. Love from Siberia. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Yeah. Jump on. I'm going to put a few more up. Have a great Christmas and New Year. You as well, Crypto Blonde. Peace be with your soul. Oh, all the best, magical people. Peace be with your soul. Good dreams tonight. We love you. Love to all, says Angela. We love you. Thanks, Guinness Girl. Blessings to all. Would I lament only my heart? This I say, we're never apart. Oh, a little poetry going on there. Safe and happy New Year. From Sweden. Hugs all around. Oh, we're feeling it. We're feeling it, everybody. Feeling it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good new moon. Yeah, we just had it. We're just in the process of coming out of the new moon and heading into that full moon after the new year. Oh, yeah. Look at this. I just love it all. Peace, love. Whoops. Yule lit the blessings. Peace, love, and goodwill to all. Love from Denmark. I might be putting them up too fast here. Sending so much love, peace, and prosperity. Because this is going to be up, so people will be watching it after, and they'll be hearing all of these powerful creators create love. John has got some popcorn for us. Love and peace. Animals have souls. Love and peace to you as well. See you next year. Warmth to everybody. Thank you. Hugs to you. Thank you from Texas. The world. Where is it? Hold on. The world is in our hearts. Blessings, solstice. Wow. We're feeling it. We're feeling it. And, everyone has heard your messages, and I'm sure they're sending messages back to you as well. So, go on over to whatever platforms you can stay connected on. We've got more coming in. We are one. Mahalo and Malay. Oh, I can't say it all. But anyway, from Maui, thank you. Sparky magic of the fairies to you all. Yahoo! I'm all about that. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, hop on over to the platforms where you can connect with each other. And Janine's got a community page. My platform has a community page. We can stay connected over the holidays, and I wish you all such a profound, meaningful, deep, restorative, personally transformative 3 weeks. We'll see you here on January 10th. Yeah. Happy New Year.